Homestead, Florida, 30 miles south of Miami. This former agricultural town is home to one of the most mysterious structures in North America. A stone garden made of sculpted blocks of ancient coral, some weighing 30 tons. It's called the Coral Castle.
Coral Castle in Florida is often said to be the only modern megalithic structure ever built.
In 1923, Ed Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant, began building what he originally called Rockgate Park. But believe it or not, Leedskalnin insisted that he was not using modern machinery to build the impressive structure. He also claimed that he was working alone. Barely over 5 feet tall and weighing just 100 pounds, Leedskalnin is said to have carved, moved, and hoisted huge multi-ton stones using only a makeshift tripod.
He has a tripod, 3 pieces of Florida pine, and he's got some chains. And he's now going to lift 30 tons, 10 tons of rock. Can't be done. No one could do that.
He would work at night. He wouldn't let anybody watch him. And he said that he knew the secrets of the pyramids.
Leedskalnin continued work on the Coral Castle until his death in 1951. In the journals he left behind, the builder explained that he had discovered the ancient secret of transforming stones into weightless objects.
Ed says this in his pamphlet, Magnetic Current, that real gravity is actually real magnets. So if you reverse the magnet forces with a force of some kind of electromagnetic, radio perhaps, frequency, you can then make these rocks not as heavy as they seem otherwise, and therefore you can lift them.
But if Leedskalnin had developed a device that could modify gravity, what was his secret? Some suggest the answer lies in a mysterious black box that can be seen in various photographs.
We believe that black box has something to do with how he got these massive, heavy, brittle pieces of rock up in the air in a way that no one can duplicate.
Levitation is the only way that I know of to hold up very heavy objects. Very, very high-speed trains are magnetically levitated. These high-speed trains don't have wheels that touch any tracks. They're literally suspended above the track using magnetic forces.
We can speculate at this time that there are techniques for using electromagnetism to nullify gravity.
The fact that one guy created these massive structures, it is absolutely fascinating. Am I suggesting that he did this with extraterrestrial technology? No, because I don't know. Am I excluding that possibility? No.
You know, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't think he did it with extraterrestrial technology either. And my bad, this was Season 2, Episode 8, Unexplained Structures. So if you've been paying attention to the, long-running episodes, that's all they are. It's just a continuously long-running episode. I just shifted from politics to more like Earth, the universe, and how things work because we already know what it is, all the garbage. So we'll see in the last episode we learned about the magnetic current. The magnetic field, how our planet is one giant magnetic generator. And you'll also have come to the conclusion that we are pulled to the center and that gravity is nothing more than magnetism. Let that sink in. So it makes absolutely perfect sense. What do you think of, levitation? Anti-gravity is just another way to say anti-magnetism. Just think about that. They're just figuring out a way to repel themselves from the Earth. And I'm going to prove this to you right now. Here we go. So, do all things have a magnetic field? In our Google AI overlord, said yes. He said that in the sense that all matter is made up by elementary particles which have a spin like the Earth. There are magnetic fields for all matter, but it is only if the molecule are organized that it can build up to a value to show a large-scale magnetization. Interesting. And what do we know about our planet and the Earth and the water? You'll notice another running thing, all the water. Remember, about 71% of the Earth's surface is water covered. And remember, there's more subterranean oceans. You can even look this up. They even find minerals in these deep subterranean oceans. And then inside is like this purest form of, I forget what it is. It's like a water molecule or something. But as soon as they were testing it, evaporated, gone. Could you imagine that whatever was kept inside that pressure, inside that underground lake? So you'll notice that our planet, too, is in perfect synchronicity with the magnetic field generator because, water is a diamagnet. Oh my gosh, a diamond. That means Earth is naturally diamagnetic. Unbelievable. Look at this, the generation of the planet's magnetic energy combined with the water. Think about that. Naturally keeps the planet together. That's why our environment is so unique. That's why our planet is so desired. It's probably why everything is the way it is. We have such synchronicity with the magnetism, with the water. Think about it combined with the Earth and just those key areas that allow our planet to be, even geologists even kind of believe this, like, what is keeping our planet held together? Because if it wasn't for the magnetic force or field, our planet would just spin apart into nothing. Unbelievable. Look at this right here. Diamagnetic materials are repelled by a magnetic field. An applied magnetic field creates an induced magnetic field in them in the opposite direction, causing a repulsive force. Oh my goodness. This makes absolutely perfect sense on why we have an atmosphere, on why we have think about it. The water naturally wants to leave this planet. That's why we have an atmosphere. That's why we have clouds in the sky. But because of the generation of the Earth's magnetic field and gravity, the water is kept here on the which is why when the water turns to vapor, it's allowed to escape the planet. But what's allowing that vapor from escaping into outer space and causing it to return? The ozone layer could be that other electronic barrier, just like a battery. You saw that from the positive to the negative. Unbelievable. Water wants to leave, but it's charged to stay. Oh my goodness, the water cycle could be proven. And remember, I asked that before, how much voltage does a raindrop gather as it falls to the earth? No wonder why it gathers that voltage when it falls to the earth, because it's going through the magnetic field through induction. Unbelievable. Look at this. Water is so important. Right there in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And what was right after the earth? Right there. And the earth was without form and void, and the darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moved upon the face of the water. Unbelievable. Right there, the water. Look at it. If water wasn't so important, why wasn't it right after the magnet was formed? It's like, a giant nuclear reactor, the steam, the water is keeping the magnet, this superheated magnet, which is why I believe right here, this isn't even alien technology. I believe that this is some kind of, what if it's a piece of the Earth's core? Unbelievable. I truly believe that this could be, deep core material, and it just has, like the lodestone, these intricate magnetic properties around it. And you'll notice, excuse the crudely bad draw, because, I did it with my finger, but, he just has he just rests that stone right on top right there. You can see it. He just rests it on there, and it's like he's, charging or like energizing the chains by just simply putting this core, I'm going to call it the core material, this simple core material on the tripod. And then when he attaches the chains to like the sand or the block, de-energizes it, turns it into anti-gravity because it's controlling the magnetic field, because it's a piece of the core material. It allows it, whatever this mysterious access it does. I mean, think about the ancient Egyptians. They were all into, frequency, energy, magnetism. Ancient humans were way more advanced, way more sophisticated than they want us to believe. I mean, think about that. Levitation is nothing more than just anti-gravity. It would explain the obelisks, the Great Pyramids, because they believe that those pyramids were nothing more than giant vibration generate. Everything is just flying. Think about it. They even had those light bulbs. Even the Baghdad battery. And if you need more evidence, remember ancient Egypt. The Messiah, Jesus Christ. What does it say right there? What did Jesus answered? Verily, verily, I say upon thee, except a man be born of water. Water and of the Spirit. Unbelievable. Look at this. Look at all the times water is referenced in the Bible. Look at all the times spirits is. Remember, no wonder why. Think about that. All that portal technology. You yourself are a portal to allow these dark, demonic, spiritual beings through. Which is why they corrupt humanity. Which is why they bring forth the darkness. It would explain just so much of what's going on in our. No wonder why. It's just the magnetism is being disrupted. The polar shift, the Locusts Swarms, the blood moon. Are you serious?